What I want to talk about is two things, people and money. I'll start with people. The world I have divided here into 4 different areas. Yeah, this is an innovation, you know. It's an ecological, an organic laser pointer, you know. And this is America, this is Europe. I had to put Turkey and Russia to Europe to be able to compare with Africa and with Asia. And I also decided that Australia belongs to Asia. Now, in the world today, we are 7 billion people. And this actually 7.3, but let's say 7. Where do they live? 1 in America, 1 in Europe, 1 in Africa, and 4 in Asia. Remember, PIN code 1114. And most people are in Asia. Still more than half of the world population. Now, what is going to happen in the future? We know quite well. There is nothing we know so well about the future as population. Economy, very difficult to know. Epidemic diseases, very difficult to know. Security and peace, very difficult to know. But people we know. Up to 2050, there will be no more people in Europe, no more in America, but in Asia there will be 1 billion more. But with that billion, the fast population growth of Asia will be over. Probably Asia may even start to decline the population before 2050. In Africa, the population will double. We'll have an increase with 100%. What happened in Asia 50 years ago is now happening in Africa. It started with fast population growth in Europe, then in America, now soon completed in Asia and starting in Africa. By the end of the century, in 2100, no more people in Europe, no more in America, no more in Asia, but in Africa, 1, probably 2 billion more. By this time, in the end of this century, the fast population growth of the world population is over. May continue to increase slightly, may have started to decrease. Now, this we know quite well. Now, how come that we know this so well? Well, look at this just. If I divide America into South and North, and Europe into West and East, we get what you can call the Old West, the so-called Western world. When I went to school, that was 1/3 of the world population. In the future, it will be less than 10%. The center of the world will no longer be the North Atlantic. There will be more than 80% of the world population will be living in Africa and Asia. The world will be Africa and Asia, and Europe and America will be marginal. Already today, we have about 50% of the GDP of the economy of the world is outside the Western world. And that is changing fast. So, how well do we know this? I will show you the United Nations Population Division's forecast. The exercise, the work done in Korea, in all other countries are put together. So we get the complete picture of the world population. And that was done for the first time in 1958. Actually, 1958, the importance was that China had made a big census. So we could estimate the Chinese population. And then the demographer said that the world population would grow like this, and by the year 2000, there will be more than 6 billion. And I remember my school teacher. She said, that is impossible. So many people in Asia, it's impossible. It will never happen. And now we know the result. The year 2000, this is the result. Respect for demography, respect for census work. With 42 years into the future, the error was only 3%.